Decided to change things up a little bit. We decided we'll make the change in the black register book, right? So if Steve Morrow comes into the polling place, for example, if Steve Morrow comes into the polling place, we're going to first greet the voter. We're going to ask for the voter's name. He's going to give it to us, and we're going to ask him if he can please verify his address, and he says, yep, 200 2nd Street. And that matches our record, so we're 2 for 2. He's given us his name, he's given us his address, we're 2 for 2 so far. And then we say, Steve, do you intend to vote Democrat today? And I say, absolutely not. I can't stand that party anymore. It makes me sick. And I say that in tongue-in-cheek because, as we know as poll workers, when all you got to do is say hello to a voter and it just comes out, right? I say it tongue-in-cheek. So all we got to do is say hi and they let you know what's going on. Too much info, Steve. That's okay, but if you want to change your party, we can do that. What do you want to do? I want to be a Republican today. No problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to cross out DEM over here, where his party's at in column 3. And we're going to write REP over here in column 8. And then we're going to still need to ask Steve for a valid form of ID. Steve, do you have an ID? Would you like to show me an ID? I sure do, my license. It's long overdue. I appreciate you asking me. Hey, thank you. We look at it, that's Steve Morrow. We then highlight Steve's name. Steve signs his name. He gets his Republican ballot. He marks it, puts it in the machine. Why? Steve's in the green. He gets to vote in the machine, right? The party switch goes back and forth. You know, Ken can be sick and tired of those damn Republicans and wants to now become a Democrat. And we can do the same thing. Greet Ken, have Ken verbally verify his address, figure out from back and forth exchange that he hates the Republicans, now wants to be a Democrat, so we'll cross out REP and write DEM over here. We'll go ahead and ask for an ID. Oh, I forgot my ID at home. Hey, no problem, Ken. But I do need you to sign this oath form, and then we'll go ahead and have you sign the book, and then we'll go ahead and give you a Democratic ballot. Why? Ken's in the green, gets to vote on the machine. Right? Not a concern, but something we need to talk about are our friends that are no parties, or independents. Independents and no parties are the same. We like to call them no parties around here. So if my brother Nick comes into the polling place, if Nick Morrow comes into the polling place, and we say, hi, how are you doing today? And he says, fine. My name is Nick Morrow. We look up M for Nick Morrow, and there he is. Have him verify his address at 100 Walnut, and boom, there it is. 2 for 2. Then we say, hey Nick, I noticed over here that you're a registered no party. If you want to vote today, I need you to declare a party. I gotta do what? I gotta declare a party? I hate all parties. I just want to vote. Well, Nick, I get it sometimes, but, you know, I need you to, you know, this is what we're doing here today, primary election, I need you to pick one of these parties. If you say so, I guess I'll be a Democrat. So, we'll go over here, we'll cross out NP over here, we'll write DEM over here, we'll ask Nick for a valid form of ID still. Yeah, I got my passport, I'm getting ready to go on a cruise. Hey, awesome, okay. So we'll get the passport, that's him. We'll go ahead, highlight Nick's name, have Nick sign his name, go get his ballot, mark his ballot, and put it in the machine. Why? He's in the green, he gets to vote on the machine. Okay? Can Nick change back after he votes?
Yes. No, not after.
Not on election day he can't. He cannot change back to a no party or to a Democrat after he's cast his ballot. As a matter of fact, you don't have a form in your possession for Nick to do that. If Nick wants to change his party back, perfectly fine with that. But Nick has to come down to our office and do it, or he can get on our website and print off a registration form and mail it in, or he can do it online. He can do one of those things, but he's not going to change it back that day. After the election's over with, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks down the road as we're closing this thing out, we see these X's and outs or whatnot. We'll see that Nick's now a Democrat. We'll update his party affiliation on our system, and we'll send Nick a new voter registration card making him a Democrat. Okay? Do you have to, can I change parties? Can I change back in November if I want to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could I have changed my party in March if I wanted to? Yeah. You can change parties whenever you want. Whenever there's an election, you can change your party. We're not going to ask you for that other than a primary election, because we don't care in November. In November, I can vote for Kim Reynolds, and I can vote for John Mark. I can do both. But here, this is the only election where we need to make sure that we have your party, because that's the ballot that you're gonna go cast in a few minutes. Change of parties, not a big deal. Poll workers can do this. They don't need to grab Bev that's working down the table to walk down here and put an X in column 3. Poll workers can do this. But we do need to communicate with our team, okay? So we need to communicate, we need to if I'm working A through L, we need to communicate with the person handing out the ballots down here that we need to give this voter a Democratic ballot. So there's some communication that needs to go back and forth here, okay? Some small elections and some small precincts, the person checking in the voters also hands out the ballots. I get that for small elections. This is going to be a big election. I say big election not in voter turnout because it won't be maybe 45,000 votes cast countywide, but it'll be a big turnout as far as we have 3 different type of ballots. I don't want a poll worker with 3 different ballots in front of them. So you need to designate. You're going to have a lot of help based on your precinct size. I need people designated. One book, maybe another book, and then a person handing out ballots. I hope that you have enough help on election day to where you, the precinct captain, are kind of floating around being the store manager. I hope that works out.
I think I know the answer to this, but I want to verify it.
You bet.
You mentioned that